is an enigma. Because although that sort of stuff is, it's quite common really, Japan is still very sexually conservative. So it doesn't, it's odd, honestly. It's quite contradictory. It's hard to put into words what living in Japan is completely like because there's no words to be really said that would make sense of it in terms of like what I do. I like it, but it has its downsides. I like the convenience of it. I don't like, say, just like the 1 to 100. I feel like it's very common in Japan where it's like, if you get a noise complaint, and it's very, like, Japanese people don't really like to be confrontational, so what they'll do is instead of like saying, hey, can you turn your music down a little bit, you know, they'll call the cops. And I've had that done before, and, you know, that's just, you know, did that answer it? I remember I just went on a tangent. I have honestly no idea.
No, that was good. How do you find, by the way, you know, some of these bars that you find or services, do you just walk in, oh, there it is, or sometimes you've got to have someone go, hey, go over here?
No, I actually find most of the bars myself. It's actually quite easy because you go to one place that has a really unique bar, usually a lot in that one building, there's a lot of them. And also I tend to look at sometimes they advertise themselves using like concept bar on like Instagram. And I look up, you know, what they're advertising, you know, what do they do? And a lot of them are also very much interconnected to each other. So if they like, oh, I have this sister bar that also is, you know, about this and that and the other. And it's like, okay. And it kind of goes from that aspect, really.
Okay. I think we have some time for some questions from the audience. And a reminder, I know if you can try and keep them G-rated, because you're all very clever and you might be able to ask a question just like that. So does anyone have any questions? Only 2 people, that's fantastic.
What the heck? Are you kidding me?
Okay, we've got someone with a microphone coming over. I think we have one person here, and then we've got another one over here.
Hi, how are you doing? Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. I was just wondering, you know, obviously the content that you do and being a female, there's a lot of stigma around, you know, girls that are like very into their sexuality and whatnot. How did you kind of deal with all of that and kind of flip it on its head and be empowered by it?
Honestly, I think anybody who kind of has the opinion that it's so stupid. Anybody who has that opinion of like, oh, just because you're a girl, you can't like...
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, I just don't have the energy to feel anything towards it because it's like, that's just stupid. And honestly, it's kind of like, if you're breathing and they're like, oh, you're not breathing, and it's like, well, why would you say I'm not breathing? I'm like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. And so I feel like, although it would be easy if somebody was, I get a lot of either like unsolicited pictures, or I get a lot of insults saying, you know, I'm a disgrace to women. Honestly, it kind of comes with the territory of anything. There's always going to be a little bit of something. It's just, I think I'm one of the luckier people that knows it's just stupid. It's just dumb.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
We have a question over here. You there?
Hello.
Hi.
I've got a question. I've been wondering since you walked out.
Okay.
What's your coffee order?
Actually, I was offered this Australian, it's like something, it's from McDonald's. It's like an Australioso or something, and Australiano, and they just asked me if I wanted it. I'm like, sure. And so I got it. It just tastes like a latte, really. It doesn't really taste much like anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had some people over here. Some over there. You can choose whichever one of those people you want to talk. The person with the microphone is the one with the power.
Let's go, Power Man!
Hi.
Hi.
Just wanted to know what you think of your official title as the Queen of Degeneracy.
Honestly,
and the Queen of Anime. From your side.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what? It's not necessarily a lie, is it? I mean, I'm oddly, it's funny actually you said that, story time. So I met Joey's parents the other day, Joey being the anime man. And the first thing his dad said to me was like, oh, if it's not the Queen of Degeneracy, or whatever. That's my Australian accent, by the way. And it's just, I honestly didn't know how to respond. So I'm quite proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got some people over here. Try and get around to all the different people.
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering, like, what's like one of your past videos that you had the most fun making?
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
Like, what was like one of your past videos that you had like the most fun making it?
That's hard because like I was asked this before, and I think that's always going to be the answer of like I really liked doing the SOD Land video, and I think it really awoken something in me that makes me want to do girls bars videos. And honestly, it's just here we are, and I know that. Okay, I don't. Yes.
That answer made sense.
I hope so.
More questions. We've got someone over here. He's got hand up like, yes, teacher, I know the answer. You, yes. Just
Hi, Sydney.
Hey, what's up?
Garnt said this on the podcast, but I wanted to confirm. Did you actually walk down the aisle of your wedding to Guts' theme?
I did. Yes, I did. Actually, it's a funny story. If you guys went to the panel yesterday, Garnet already said it, but so when we were waiting on the other side of the door while Garnet was waiting at the end of the aisle before I walked down, if you know Guts' theme, you know it goes like like that one part. And but before that, there's like women kind of like screaming a bit. They're like, that's me singing Guts' theme. And so I had to edit it a bit to make sure like it was just like the da da da, and then it was just also the singing. So we opened the door to the ceremony room, and my bridesmaids, it's kind of really the first time doing bridesmaid stuff. So right when we opened the door, before anybody said anything, they just like rushed in, and like there wasn't a lot of time. It was supposed to be spaced out a bit. And so they all went in, and then just for a good 30 seconds, I didn't move because I said, I'm gonna walk down when the guy starts being angelic and singing like and I could feel it before my dad was just like, come on, let's go, and I'm like, no, I'm having this. And I could feel Garnt just being just like petrified, like I'm not coming out, everybody else went in. But I went on. In the end, I did it. He was sobbing like a little baby, and in the end, we're married.
all right. I have one more choose which is better game for you.
Oh God.
In terms of bars. So we've chosen, as waifu. Now you have to rank these bars.
Okay. So
Best you can. So I think you can click on.
Okay. So I will start first with the Succubus bar. Honestly, when I recorded this, I think it was the first time I ever did a collab with anybody in terms of the bars, and I did it with my friend Karen, who's Demon Dice Karen. And honestly, it was a banger and a half. There was so much there that I wasn't expecting. Like I didn't expect the tequila Ferris wheel. I didn't expect so many things. And it would be just an embarrassment to say it's anything but S tier.
Okay.
Yes. Steampunk Girl Bar. Have any of you guys not watched any of these videos, by the way? Because if not, I will do a very vague description.
I think we want a vague description.
Okay,
Anyway.
oh shit, I should start with that. Okay, so Steampunk Bar was a bar that I went to with my now husband Garnt. Essentially, it was themed around being steampunk, but they added a lot of things in there that weren't very steampunk, like such as getting whipped, and also like Garnt. There was a scene where Garnt was like had to act like a baby with a baby bottle and like a bib to get a tequila. The baby bottle was filled with tequila. And essentially it was just like it's splendid. And it would be an embarrassment not to say it was S tier. Because that was S tier. Okay.
So you're not going to actually rate these.
No, all
you're
the
just like,
rest.
no, I'm going to tell you.
There's some on here that I will probably
Yeah.
rate because I'm not entirely happy with. What is that one? Oh, is that the Onahole Factory?
I think so.
Oh no, it's Monster Girl. Oh. Okay.
You can choose what the pictures mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my life, so that's like literally like that like psychological thing where it's like this blot looks like that day my mother left me.
Well, I think this is already showing some
Yeah,
kind
it
of.
is.
If we had some psychologists, psychiatrists
Oh, yeah.
in the room,
I can
yeah.
only imagine the aftershock. This is Opai Ramen. Essentially, this is a ramen shop in Tokyo that's being run by a single woman that, I'm gonna burp. Coffee just makes me, it just obliterates my gas. Anyway, it's honestly, it's an she is probably one of the most impressive women I have ever met. She got this ramen shop because she was one of the top hostesses in Shinjuku. If you don't know what a hostess is, it's literally like, oh God.
These people know what a hostess
Yeah,
is.
you know
Do
what-
you know what a hostess is?
Yeah.
No, we can't hear you. Do you know what a hostess is?
You know. Essentially, she was the top, and she got a guy to buy it for her. And she had a life. She doesn't use any internet. She doesn't even have like the cell phone she has is a cell phone from the '90s, and she's just she. If you see the video, you know she's quite the character. And she's well known for making Opai ramen, which essentially she just wears a very low cut top. Her boobs are big, and she shakes them a lot while she's making ramen for you in front of you. And I went and just kind of interviewed her and made Opai ramen with her. And it was honestly, I think in a way, after I was done recording, I felt like I didn't do enough. Like, I just feel like she did enough for me. So in terms of like, although the video, it was bang, it was S tier by far. I think in terms of, I should have made it somehow a bit more special in a Sydney type of way. So I'll give it an A. You know, which is A for effort, really. For the nun bar. Now the nun girls bar is really self-explanatory. It's a bar where girls are dressed as nuns. It's literally that simple. It's not much to it. I went to this bar with my friend Karen, again, and honestly, although I do like, it was a good, fun experience, I do think the bar didn't offer a variety of kind of things to do. It kind of was just kind of a bar where the girls dressed up as nuns and didn't really offer much. So in terms of, it wasn't like my most entertaining video. Honestly, I hate to do it. I gotta give myself a little C on that one. Because it was not something I personally would rewatch again. The Muscle Girl, no, need I say
Yeah.
more? Need I say more of the Muscle Girl bar video? That one, okay, literally self-explanatory, Muscle Girls. And they like would put like fruit, you know, they crush it, and they make your cocktail, so it's like crushing the fruit to their thighs, wherever, you know, it's like, and they like, oh my God. If you haven't seen that video, or if you haven't, where's words? Because you need to go to this bar. Next time you guys go to Japan, if you don't go to the Muscle Girl bar, I swear to God, you guys are missing out. It is, also the drinks are very cheap. It stays up till 3 a.m., which is really nice in Tokyo. And the girls are super nice and attentive, and it shows in the video. It's really like, it's one of my most favorite videos I've ever done, because it was through and through, to the beginning to end, just so much fun that I forgot I was doing a video sometimes. Honestly, S tier by far. I'd love to hear an argument against that.
What do you like about Muscle Girls? What's your favorite thing about them?
I like that they could kill me. I like that if they just like lifted a finger and it touched my throat, I would die 100%.
So you're on Muscle Girl TikTok then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I just like the ones where they like do put fruit and they like crush it between their thighs. And like the watermelon. It's a variety. Like, and they just make a bunch of different drinks with it. It's just like, if there's sweats in there, that's just a plus.
Yeah, that is salt. That's fine.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves.
What's your next one?
My next one is the Monster Girl Cafe, which is honestly, when I first went, I thought it was going to be a bar, but I was wrong. It was actually a cafe. I actually stumbled across this when I was on Instagram, and I personally really liked the video. I do think there wasn't a lot that was offered there in terms of things to do that was interesting or related to Monster Girls. Like the food, it was Monster Girl themed, but I mean, I could kind of show you guys a Monster Girl or Monster themed cafe really anytime, anywhere. So it didn't feel all that unique. I mean, the owner and her staff were very unique. I mean, like, honestly, she's probably also one of the most interesting people I've met. She knows, like, randomly I'd be sitting there and I'd see, like, this really prized, rare item. I'd be like, oh my god, how'd you get that? She's like, oh, I know the guy who made the anime for this, so he just gave it to me. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, but, honestly, in terms of my video, I'd say it was kind of, God, it wasn't abysmal, it wasn't terrible, but it really wasn't unique. It's probably one of my least, when I was out at D, I know, I'm very sad. And with the Bunny Girl video as well, which is the last one, honestly, when I was there, I have always wanted to do a Bunny Girl bar video, because when I decided to start doing bar girl videos, I was actually in a Bunny Girl bar. And, I personally, if I'm going to a girls bar in my off time, I usually try to go to Bunny Girls bars, because I do have I love them. I love the way, I love them, okay? I don't think anybody of us disagrees that Bunny Girl outfits are, like, not S tier. Let's be honest here. Did anybody disagree on that? That Bunny Girl outfits are anything less than godlike? No. Stop lying to yourself. But, so when I was able to finally go to one, I was very hyped. However, I did decide to kind of do this for more of an Easter theme, but Bunny Girl bars don't offer a lot of different things that I kind of like doing now. The kind of things like, I've experienced a little bit of the higher taste of girls bars in terms of quirkiness. So just seeing kind of girls in costumes and being served drinks and maybe doing shisha a little bit, it doesn't really cut it for me anymore. My fetishes, or not my fetishes, I feel like my tastes are a bit higher now. So I honestly was not happy with the girls bars, by the way. When I say I'm not happy, I mean with the video content I did myself. The bars are excellent. Of course, I don't think I even need to explain that. I think it's obvious. It's it's a Bunny Girls bar. But I don't think it was all that interesting or rewatchable. It definitely was not my favorite. So I think actually even more than the Monster Girl is probably my least favorite video I've done. Yes. Okay, sorry, man, that's kind of depressing to end on. Like, hey guys, this is a video I did that I didn't like that I did. So
I've got 2 questions for you in regards to bars.
okay.
The first one being, if you could manage one of these bars, like run it, which one would you choose to run?
I think the Muscle Girls bar, just so I could look at them. I could just indulge them. They're like, oh hey, my back is sweaty. And I'm like, oh, let me just get a towel and wipe you off a little. Let me just there'd be every day would be fun. There'd always be something, and that's one of the things I loved about being there. Is they had so much. They had a workout station in a bar where they actually you could get a drink and they're like, okay, let me teach you how to work out of it. And it's just yes. As a manager, I think it's by law required that, it's it would definitely be that.
Okay. Now, it's either or. Which one would you rather work in? Or what kind of, if you could create your own bar, what do you think is missing from the bar scene? If there's anything, it kind of seems like everything is covered.
You would think that, but there is some things that I think would be really chaotic but really liked. For girls bars, usually it's pretty service level ideas, you know, an idol girl bar or a, you know, this, that, and the other. I think we could do like, you know, a step further. I think really girls bars need to be a little more creative. Like, although yes, there are plenty of creative ones, I think we could go a little deeper. You know, I would like nipple color girl. No, maybe not nipple color. Honestly, it's the first thing that came up. Nipples are always the first thing I think about. Or like blood type. I don't know. It's just like weird things that are like, that wouldn't be sexy? Why would you want? How would you make this a theme? It's just like something unique like that. It's being too easy. Like, do I want another schoolgirl girls bar? Come on. Literally, we can buy a schoolgirls cosplay anywhere. And I think it's too easy. Give me something. Give me something, Japan. I'm begging you. I'm thirsty here.
Well, I think that's what you've got to do when you go back.
Clearly,
You've just got
I'm fighting my calling, yeah.
to start and go from there.
Just like blood cell girl bar.
There's a market for that.
Yeah, it's like
we are almost out of time. Do you have a message for all the lovely people that have come out to see you?
Well, honestly, the fact that I walked out here and there was like even like one person was kind of weird. I honestly was just like, I was talking to like my handlers and I was just like, well, what if nobody's out there? Like, what are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna rip it? So thank you for coming is what I'm trying to get at. Thank you for finding my disgusting, I don't know. Entertaining chaos. Entertaining. And thank you honestly for taking time out of like the con to even come sit here and listen to this stupid little sly minx talk. Honestly, I don't really know more to say. Just keep on keeping on. I love you. Okay, hold on. Just let me have this for a minute. I'm gonna do this I have never done this. I've done this like. Okay, come on. Okay. Wait. Okay, that was really bad. No, let me do this. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I'm just trying my best here. Okay. Okay. I'll do 2 seconds. Okay. Timer. Okay. Oh god. Okay, yeah! You got it? Yeah, I got it. Thank you, my darling. Thank you so much.
And you do have a signing, ladies?
Yes, I do.
Signing?
I have a signing at 3.
3.
In an hour.
In an hour. So if you don't have your tokens yet,
Go get them. Go get them right now. Get your... I'm sorry. That's aggressive.
No, I think everyone's okay with that kind of dominant personality.
Right here. Let's be honest.
All right, so if we can give a final round of applause to our beautiful guests.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful con and get smash that smash.
All right, applause as she leaves.